to Kush News, the newscast of the African diaspora. I'm your anchor, Ochanda, daily bringing you the top stories from Africa and the Caribbean. Let's take a look at today's news on Thursday, May 23rd, 2024. Let's go to Chad, where the president has been sworn in. Chad's president-elect, Idriss Déby Itno, was sworn in on Thursday at a ceremony in the capital, N'Djamena. Déby's inauguration came a week after the Constitutional Court confirmed he had won the election outright with 61% of the vote. He seized power 3 years ago after the death of his father, Idriss Déby, who had ruled Chad for 30 years. Déby Itno had promised to hold elections within 18 months, but his government postponed the polls and allowed him to run for president. Opposition leader Success Masra, a staunch opponent of the military junta, unsuccessfully challenged the results of the election. Success resigned as prime minister on Wednesday and did not attend the ceremony. Chad was the first in a string of countries in the region which has experienced coups in the past 4 years to hold elections. Those in Chad, let us know on your thoughts. Let us know on if you watched the ceremony on TV. And congratulations to President Idriss Itno. Let's go to Somalia, where an MP has been killed. In a tragic accident on Wednesday, Minister of Parliament Ibrahim Abdi Rahman, a member of parliament for the southwest region of Somalia, was fatally shot in a targeted assassination. The attack took place in the Wadajir district of Mogadishu, the capital city of Somalia. The assailants used pistols in the attack, and the assassination has sent shockwaves throughout the region. Ibrahim Abdi Rahman was a prominent figure in the southwest region state, known for his dedication to public service and his efforts to bring about positive change in his community. His death is a significant loss to the region and to Somalia as a whole. The incident has once again highlighted the ongoing security challenges in Somalia, particularly in Mogadishu, where targeted assassinations and attacks are not uncommon. The Somali government and international partners have been working to improve security and stability in the country, but challenges still remain. As of now, no groups or entity has officially taken responsibility for the attack. The Somali government has pledged to investigate the incident and bring those responsible to justice. Those in Somalia, let us know your thoughts. Let us, unfortunately, for the family of Abdi Rahman, our condolences from Kush News go out to you. This year marks the 60th anniversary of partnership between Kenya and the United States. Today, we had President William Ruto and U.S. President Joe Biden answering questions from a panel of reporters, journalists, and those the likes thereof. Here at Kush News, we allow you to watch some of the Q&A.
Let me ask Ayub Abdikadir from Kenya for the next question. Is Ayub? Oh, yeah, Ayub.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you. One question, and this is on Haiti. President Biden, Kenya is rather doing the heavy lifting in a turbulent region, Somalia, South Sudan, the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Washington, as you have mentioned, has committed millions of dollars for the cause in Haiti. Isn't it ironic that while America is ending its forever wars in Afghanistan, the latest in 2021, under your leadership, when you withdrew troops from Kabul, and that you're committing Kenya to another foreign wars 12,000 kilometers away from Nairobi? I mean, why the discrepancy? Why the dichotomy? While you're ending your forever wars, overseas wars, yet you're committing Kenya to Haiti. Can you explain that?
Very easily. There's a reason why Afghanistan has been known as the graveyard of empires. The likelihood of anybody uniting Afghanistan is highly, highly, highly unlikely, number one. Number two, there are ways to control ISIS other than occupying Afghanistan. It was an unnecessary need. Now, with regard to Haiti, Haiti is in an area of the Caribbean that is very volatile. There's a lot going on in this hemisphere, and we're in a situation where We want to do all we can without us looking like America once again is stepping over and deciding this is what must be done. Haitians are looking for help, as well as the folks in the Caribbean are looking for help. And so we checked out with a number of other countries. The one who stepped up was Haiti. We've committed to provide the wherewithal, the intelligence and equipment and the like to Haiti. And so it's a logical thing. And you have a first-rate capability, and you keep your word. That's an important dynamic.
I agree with President Biden that Kenya's participation in Haiti is not so much about what happened in the past. It's about what we believe in, the peace and security of humanity. And we don't find that the U.S. is committing Kenya, because the U.S. cannot commit Kenya. I am the president of Kenya. It's me to make that decision. And it's the people of Kenya to commit their own troops using their own structures. We've gone through the processes in Kenya. Parliament has approved. We have a clear mandate. We have a clear framework. And it is us, the people of Kenya, who made this decision in the interest of serving peace and stability as a responsible global citizen, and understanding that insecurity, instability anywhere is insecurity and instability everywhere.
And by the way, you implied that we weren't doing anything anywhere else. Well, we're kind of occupied around the world, but we're also engaged in Congo, in the neighborhood. And, we're going to continue to help alleviate human suffering there. The United States is the largest humanitarian donor, providing $375 million in humanitarian funding just this year, including support for more than 6 million displaced people from the DRC. So we are engaged in more than one place.
Follow up to my president, Dr. Ruto. You said that Kenya is committed, and in your Carter speech in Atlanta, you said it's based on humanitarianism, helping Haiti out. But can you explain the geopolitical goal, 12,000 kilometers away from Nairobi, when schools in the counties of Baringo, West Pokot, and Turkana have not yet opened because of the banditry problem, yet you are committing our national police force to Haiti? And where is the priority, this being one of your major manifesto pillars, talking about security, and to the extent that even the Defense Cabinet Secretary talked about the deployment of, if need be, the Kenyan military or the special personnel to make sure that schools are open, children go to school in areas that are bandit-prone in Kenya. Why are you committing to Haiti when we have a problem back home? Is it an irony that you are putting the fire in the faraway neighbor's home when when our own home is on fire?
Thank you very much. I made a commitment to the people of Kenya to sort out insecurity in the North Rift. I have followed that with action. As we talk, there are 3,000 military officers in the North Rift, 2,000 police officers in the North Rift. We have renovated the first 15 schools and completed. We have reopened 20 schools already that were closed in the North Rift, and that exercise is ongoing. We have made tremendous progress in making sure that we create security at home, but that does not take away our responsibility. Even as we were deploying troops and policemen in our own country, in North Rift, to sort out the banditry problem, we still deployed 1,000 troops to DRC Congo, because that is our neighborhood. We have 5,000 troops in Somalia, because equally that is our responsibility. And Haiti should not be an exception. That's why deploying 1,000 security men to Haiti speaks to the same belief and commitment to peace and security.
Next question from April Ryan.
Mr. President, President Biden, President Ruto, thank you. First of all, When you talk about Haiti, President Ruto, you said Haiti is a collective responsibility for all nations. And for you, Mr. President, President Biden, President Ruto, do you believe that these nations can break the back of this militia that has gripped the nation there? And also, when it comes to Congo, thank you, Mr. President, for bringing up what the United States is doing for the Congo, especially as that flag was behind you at Morehouse. Mr. President, could you tell me what the African Union is doing, as well as Kenya is doing, when it comes to the humanitarian crisis in the Congo? Thank you.
What was my question?
Sir, your question was Haiti. Can the United States and Kenya, or the nations collectively, break the backs of this coordinated militia that has the grips of the nation?
Those watching, let us know your thoughts. Let us know on if some of those answers or any of those answers stuck out to you, or some of those questions. Let's go to the Caribbean. And there we go to the U.S. Virgin Islands, where they are looking to waive visas for other Caribbean nationals. The U.S. Virgin Islands is still awaiting for the federal government approval on a law that will eliminate visa requirements for select nationals from neighboring Caribbean nations. Tourism Commissioner Joseph Bashul said that the U.S. Virgin Islands hopes a decision will be made soon in an effort to make inter-regional travel easier and build cultural relations. The visa waiver process began back in 2022 when the U.S. government approved the Virgin Islands Visa Waiver Act. The Virgin Islands Visa Waiver Act would allow the Department of Homeland Security in the United States to consider approving non-immigrant visitor visas for entry into the territory for up to 45 days, primarily for residents of neighboring Caribbean countries. News of the proposed law was met with excitement at first across the region. Many in Jamaica, Guyana, Trinidad, Tobago, Barbados, and St. Lucia questioned whether they would be eligible to participate in the visa waiver program. The government is looking at places where the U.S. Virgin Islands has a strong diaspora and cultural connection. Those in the U.S. Virgin Islands, let us know your thoughts. Let us know on if you are looking forward to this. Also, let us know on if you are outside of the U.S. Virgin Islands and any of those islands mentioned, if you are looking forward to having a visa waived upon entry of USVI. When we come back, we'll have today's African proverb of the day. Don't go anywhere.
New release of the Spring Summer Collection. Visit www.mccadero.com.
Welcome back. Let's take a look at today's African proverb of the day, and it comes to us from no particular African nation and or ethnic group. And it reads, "It is difficult for two long-nosed lovers to kiss." Once again, it is difficult for two long-nosed lovers to kiss. African proverb. Yeah, what this proverb is referencing is not only the obvious, but also is that what you may think might be pretty easy for the common individual might be difficult for everybody else. For instance, it's often that you'll just come across and ask any woman, like how often is the average man going on dates, and they'll say a pretty high number, maybe above 10. But statistically, and this is across the board, this is many different sites, most men, especially single men, are going on less than 5 dates a year, believe it or not. And one thing that a lot of women would be surprised to hear is that the average man is actually not as confident as what you see on TV, social media. And that's because, most men don't necessarily go out of their way to talk to women, especially a woman that they find highly attractive. And then that can deal with a lot of factors. Maybe they are inexperienced, maybe they're insecure, or just maybe they just, have had past experience with, talking to women that they felt were highly attractive and they didn't get the result that they wanted. Nonetheless, Where you might think it might be the easiest thing for any guy to just talk to any woman, that might not be the case so much. So, and just keep that in mind, where you might think something might be easy for you, and for everybody else, it might not be so easy for the next person. Let me know your interpretation of today's African proverb of the day, as well as your thoughts, views, questions, comments, and concerns on the top stories. Don't forget to hit that like button. Make it your best friend. For Kush News on Kush Convos TV, I'm Ochanda. We'll see you soon.